G'day Hawkers, just a bit of a heads up. We thought we'd sneak out a bit of a grand final week special, and we just wanted to notify people that a bit light on the Hawthorn chat, so if that's not your go, yes, Tiz?
Because they're not in the grand final.
Because they're not in the grand final, that's right. Yeah, it's a bit of a in-between time for the Hawthorn Football Club, so there's a lot of opposition club chat. If that's not your go, we understand if you want to move on.
Hit skip.
If you do want to skip 15, 30 seconds at a time, whatever your app allows, we'll understand. We just thought we'd notify people. Anyway, on with the episode. Blow the siren.
Burgoyne to put them in front. He doesn't miss. Look at the bigger. Look at the turn. Oh, that was brilliant, Luke Bruce. Lewis runs into the open goal. Thank you very much. The Hawks are back in town. And he finishes forward. He can with his forward. He's had a day out. Scrimshaw, past the seas, went for home and nails it. He'll just set it up, looking for the high flyers. And Sidley soaring through the sky for Warpino to finish it all off.
G'day Hawkers, we're back also briefly because we've just hit record on some bonus content for our Patreon subscribers, and we figured while we're recording, we might as well just do a bit of a...
Mention the hellscape that is this year's grand final, yeah.
That's right. It is the week of the grand final, and we figured we'd do just a very short episode and, I don't know, just riff basically. This is a very loose edition of the Hawk Talk podcast.
So, how did you feel after the first result? Initially,
I did anticipate something like that happening. In fact, there's record. I could screenshot.
You definitely said more than 40 points.
Yeah, I said 40 plus. One of those rare instances in which something I tipped came to pass.
Did Isaac Smith get a touch?
I think he did. Did he kick a goal? Well, they all kicked a goal. What am I
They
saying?
all kicked a goal.
They all kicked a goal. Look, I just figured Brisbane played their grand final the week before.
He played a defensive role in their attack, though, which was odd. Not really what they got him for, running the wings and stuff. We're allowed to mention his name, aren't we?
Oh, are we beyond that now?
I think so.
You didn't want to hold that rule?
No, it's just in your face now. We have to confront this.
Well, what about if he wins a flag? It's going to be back to name redacted, I reckon. No, I like Isaac
He's
Smith.
such a nice bloke, though.
I'm a fan. Isaac Smith, when he was at Hawthorn, was one of my favourite players for us. So it's hard.
That's why it made it difficult.
Yeah, exactly. But, I thought Brisbane had played their grand final. I didn't think they'd get up against Geelong, no way. And Geelong being quite good, let's face it. Have to cop to that, unfortunately.
Fagan, I mean, their inability to puncture Geelong's defence spoke volumes about, why you should leave Danaher out of the lineup, I feel. It just...
Where's the next kid? That's what you were asking.
I was hoping for a twin. Hadn't come up on the scans, just... Wait, I'm here. And then he had to go back. But yeah, he really mucked up their forward system, didn't he?
Yeah, it's interesting. Even one extra element can just completely throw everyone off.
Now, you're forgetting, of course, the other ex-Hawk, Jonathan Segler.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Is he any shot to be part of this side?
Well, I don't know. They're not exactly great in the ruck.
Yeah.
But you'd have to say, Chris Scott won't pull that lever.
Probably not.
No.
No.
And that'll be... I mean, it's not as agonising as the first time he missed out on the grand final, but certainly agonising.
Oh, it's not pleasant.
And now the other side, that only just managed to hang on against Collingwood. And that, I thought, halftime came, they kicked the first goal in such a dramatic fashion in the cauldron, the tiny cauldron that is the SCG, where they haven't been performing all that well all year. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking, how far... And then Collingwood somehow come back.
It's quite something. It's almost as if the AFL socials, like the people running those accounts, they almost saw it coming. They uploaded to YouTube ahead of the final series. They did a big montage of all Collingwood's great escapes, as if it need not be updated ever again, Tiz. They didn't bother. It's just all the luck spent on the home and away season.
Do you think that's what it was? Are you one of these luck spent people? You just can't get the result falling your way that often?
At a certain point, you do have to tip your cap to Collingwood and say, look, they've trained for this, they're quite good at it. They keep on getting out of jail, and well done.
Now, let's make this relevant to Hawthorn. Their attacking style, very much like what we want to do.
That's right. Yep. It's a really good model, especially when the heat's on and they, within 5 minutes slam on 3 goals. I mean... every team would love to be able to do it, clearly.
Yeah.
But it's the manner in which it happens that is very Hawthorn-like.
Now, they have to be behind the 8 ball
Yeah,
to get the
that's right.
impetus to do that.
Yes, yeah. But also, in terms of position on the field,
Yeah.
they attack from half back. That's where they get that motor
Straight up
running.
the guts.
Yeah, that's where they get the motor running, and that's how they propel towards goal. It's very, the similarities are there with Hawthorn.
Not a great forward line at Collingwood either.
No, could probably use Jack Gunston.
Oh, okay. That's great.
Did I go there? Yes, I did.
Please don't go there.
Yeah, please don't.
Aren't they in the window for Tom Mitchell as well?
There was a bit of chatter about that. That's quietened down. I wonder what's happening with that. Same as the Grundy stuff. That's quietened down too.
Oh, well, I think everyone's decided that Melbourne definitely need a better ruckman. Oh, can we go back to that?
Yeah, if you want.
Oh, goodness. How enjoyable.
You're still riding high on this.
I just saw it coming, and it's wonderful when that happens, you know, when you see something and then it happens.
When you see something, say something. You've taken that to heart. You only want to talk about Melbourne now.
It really was terrific, yeah. Anyway.
Can I just say, Sydney, I watched up until about three-quarter time, and then I didn't see the rest of the game.
But what about Buddy's game? This is a Buddy Franklin that is nowhere near the Buddy Franklin we knew.
Yeah.
He's even taking overhead marks against blokes that are shorter than him.
Mm-hmm.
Goodness knows how that matchup happened.
That's a minor miracle.
But anyway,
Yeah.
it's going to be an interesting grand final because I get the feeling that Geelong are vulnerable in that midfield.
Mm.
But I also get the feeling that if Buddy Franklin doesn't turn up, especially without Sam Reid,
Yeah.
that it could be all over.
So what's your tip?
I'm hoping Buddy gets it.
Yeah. Well, for me, it just can't be Geelong. That's it. I still like Buddy. You know,
I still like the story of Buddy.
I'm on record as being a big Buddy Franklin fan. Even after he left Hawthorn, he's a joy to watch. I can't get over it. He's too good. So, yeah, it was always going to be Sydney, but also never Geelong. It's just never going to happen.
Never Geelong?
I can't. No.
Anyone but Geelong.
Pretty much.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, I reckon that is.
Even when it's Sydney?
Yeah. Sydney, having dated a Sydney supporter, it really took the edge off.
I tell you what, it's...
Also, sorry, 2014, that's what took the edge off.
Yeah, okay. But it's so, like... Part of me is like, I don't care who wins. It's both just as awful.
If the Swans win, they take all that awful away from here. They go up north with it.
Oh, right. Yeah, we don't have to live with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of sight, out of mind.
That is the best point that can be made.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of sight, out of mind. Yeah.
That's always...
And maybe if they win, they'll stop all the bloody cola and all the other crap they're getting.
Look, whenever we enter a final series and Hawthorn's not part of it, I do tend to think...
Freo.
Well, yeah. No, seriously. I don't. I just want it far away from me. I don't want to have to deal with anything on the street. I make it sound like people come up to me and give me...
I remember in the late 90s when Adelaide were coming to Victoria for the grand final each time. And just how, when you went to the Royal Melbourne show, how many Adelaide people were there.
Yeah.
And how annoying that was.
I just don't want it all in my face. And if Sydney win, it takes it north, and that's fine. It takes it out of my face, and that's all I want. If it can't be Hawthorn, just let me try and disregard it and move on. I look forward to next season. I don't want to hear about... Once the grand final is done, I'm done with the season. I'm already looking ahead to trade, free agency, all that. Draft.
So, tip. This is the head, not the heart.
The head, unfortunately, says Geelong.
Right.
This is not to say that Sydney can't. They absolutely can. But I think it might be Geelong's time.
Do you think, given such a tight prelim result, that they'll be in any shape to win a grand final?
I mean, the answer is yes.
I know! I've been hearing this trotted out this week.
Yeah.
I'm like, hello?
Are people not paying attention to what has happened any other year? It seems it's counterintuitive.
Absolutely,
it seems to work that way. That when you have a really tight contest, look at Hawthorn, 2014, come out and absolutely destroy the Swans.
Yeah, it's
You'd
beautiful.
You never dream of how that unfolded.
No.
after what happened against Port, bloody heart attack material.
Now, Rowan Connolly's been big on this, but he must be terribly relieved
Yeah.
to have got the guys who had the week off through to the grand final.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, because that was his thesis, having the bye before finals and then not playing again meant you'd had too much time off from footy
Yeah.
and you just weren't prepped.
Yeah, yeah.
But, obviously.
There was something that was raised on commentary the other night, which BT couldn't wrap his head around. He kept on arguing with Richo.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Do you reckon that's a good idea, having the week off before the grand
Richo
final?
got a sore forehead from banging against a brick wall.
Do you reckon it's a good idea, though, what Richo said?
What did he say?
So instead of having the now
Move the bye.
Now I'm questioning myself because of BT overcomplicating it. Move the pre-finals bye and make it a pre-grand final bye.
And BT said, you can't have that many buys.
Yeah, no. We just want the one, but we want to give, I don't know,
The grand finalists the opportunity to be at their best. Because God knows
get a concussion.
Gary Rowan needs another week to think about a grand final appearance.
That's the other reason why I have to believe in Sydney. Gary Rowan, premiership player, does not sit right with me.
You're so cruel to Gary.
Look, he silenced the doubters with this final season, don't you reckon?
That was a very good final.
Yeah, I think he's had a good final series. So, look, the monkey's probably off his back. He'll be fine.
They'll take the F out of his name now.
Yes, they will.
Anyway, it's grand final week, and we can go and we can party it up and hang in the car park. No, we're not allowed to hang in the car park anymore, like Brian Lake did in 2012.
Only if you like brand activation. If that's your go, the car park's the place for you.
Don't you love that story, though? The year before, the 2012 grand final, and Brian Lake's in the car park with sausages.
In 2015, he's like, now I drive the Gatorade.
I get the feeling it's not that long a road back.
What do you mean?
For Hawthorn.
Oh, for Hawthorn?
Yeah.
Ah.
I feel like a good couple of pickups. Carl Amon's going to be enormous for us. 15 votes in the Brownlow. That's more than... Well, John Newcombe getting 11's enough.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
21-year-old.
Just quietly, a little bit more than that Dacos fella. Anyway,
The Collingwood, tough week for Collingwood fans.
And who was the highest vote garnering defender? Don't know. Probably should look that up.
I think Hawks fans know who we're discussing there. What's your plan? Are you attending the game?
Yeah, every intention to attend the game. Didn't get any in the MCC ballot, but every intention of getting up quite early and going.
Right, well, I was just about to ask how that works and how you swing that.
I
So
queue.
You put in the hard yards.
Oh, yeah, very hard. Yeah.
Well, what time do you have to queue and what time do you get tickets?
Oh, well, in the past, when Hawthorn were in the grand final, it would be 1 a.m. You get your seat at about 9, go home for a bit of a nap.
Yeah, okay. See, now you play that down. For me, I'm like, that's a huge sacrifice. But
it's worth it when they win.
Oh, well, no question of it being worth it. That's why I pay a gold membership even now. I'm not giving that up for anything. We'll be back at the final soon enough, and we'll be back at the grand final, and I'll have priority access. Won't have the barbecue because brand activation. That's more important than...
Well, I'll be seeing you on Friday. We can go and do all the brand activation stuff.
Really?
Well, we'll be going to...
Oh, you will see me on Friday. Yeah, for the AFLW.
Yeah, versus Sydney.
That is...
At the Punt Road Oval.
That's right, yeah. The Swinburne Centre, they call it. But yeah, it's Punt Road Oval.
What? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No more brand activation, please, Nick.
No more brand activation for me.
But that is legitimately, we can win that because the form ain't great.
And I do not say this facetiously. It is a huge clash because...
This is avoiding the spoon.
Well, essentially, yeah. This could be it. This is our chance to not be...
They're the other new side.
Yes.
We can beat this inaugural team.
It's 17th versus 18th. Sydney are in 18th at the moment. We're only 0.8% up. Sydney are coming off an absolute pummeling from Port Adelaide. Yep. So they got done by about 10 goals.
Wow.
From what I've seen from our team, because I've watched every game...
They seem to be very good until they get to the 50.
That's it. And there's certainly the application, the spirit is there. This is a team that is... Well, deserves the reward for their effort, frankly.
I tell you what, it's very hard, I know. it's very hard to keep losing by that margin and still turning up and wanting the ball.
Yeah, well,
But they still want the ball.
Yeah, the credit to them. Credit, of course, to the... look, if nothing else goes right this season, and it looks like it is going to be a tough season in terms of wins, losses.
Couple of key injuries already.
Yeah, key injuries has been rough too. The shining light has been the fact that we evidently nailed the draft.
Yes.
Jasmine Fleming is an out-and-out superstar.
Yeah.
And that's already evident right now. And especially with a game like what she put in against the Western Bulldogs in the wet, 25 touches, and was just incredible. Yeah, a joy to watch, and expecting big things this week. Expecting a win this week.
Expecting a win, that's big.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, that's our opportunity to get involved with Grand Final week.
Do we have anything else to say? I might put in a little preface.
Any rumours or anything?
Well, I was going to say, I might put in a preface before the intro theme just to say, this is not your typical Hawk episode.
Well, it can't really be. I mean, it's,
Yeah.
we're not playing.
Well, we're in the in-between, aren't we? Because we're not playing. It's not quite trade period or free agency or anything like that. There's
excitement for Amon.
Yep.
There's excitement for Newcomb.
Yep. A lot of questions still about Gunston.
Gunston.
Jekka, you pointed out before, actually, off mic.
Yeah. What's he doing?
I mean, even to some extent, Brockman.
And also, I've been enjoying watching a few of the underages going around, Is there any chance we can get Sheasel, or is he just put paid to that by looking too bloody good?
Yeah, that's going to torture us as Hawks fans, I think, because he is a Hawks man and he would love to be at Hawthorn, but I just don't think it's going to happen. And
he just have to wait out a couple of years like Jack Scrimshaw.
Yeah, that might be the go. He had a sensational grand final game.
It'd be hard to hide that talent, though.
Sandringham Dragons just blitzed and won the grand final, and Sheasel was a huge part of that with 4 goals and looked magnificent.
Yeah.
Frankly, really annoying. It's like, damn it, he's too good and he's definitely going to be selected.
Are you sure he's not uncoachable?
What if he just interviews really badly? Let's just make sure of that. That's draft tampering. Didn't Cyril do that?
Oh, no!
Yeah, as if it never
How
happens.
awful. Are we getting Parrish? What happened to that rumour?
Oh, God.
There's some weird rumours going around.
All sorts of nonsense flying around.
Anyway.
So, but that's the silly season. That's the season we're in at the moment. So Sydney for both of us.
Yeah, yep.
All right, that's going to have to be how it is in this hellscape of a grand final week where you just have to pick one. The lesser of two evils, apparently, is Sydney on this occasion. Our listeners have reflected that as well.
Not on Friday. That's all Hawthorn.
No, that's right. Yeah,
hold it off for 24 hours. Then you can go with them.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Just park that fandom, that begrudging fandom, until Saturday.
But Buddy putting a torch to a Geelong premiership. Come on.
What's not to like here?
That would be beautiful.
What's not to like? So there you go. We've mapped it out for your listeners. Support Hawthorn on the Friday. Get along to Punt Road Oval. Support Sydney on the Saturday. Get along to your brand activation.
Yeah.
Do a Brian Lake. Sit in the car park. Listen to the sounds of the game.
Yeah.
Magical.
Wow. Yep. Brilliant. And if you can, enjoy the Coulda Beans.
Yes, enjoy the Coulda Beans. Hey, enjoy our bonus episodes, because we're able to do this session right now because we've met up to do a run of special bonus episodes for our Patreon subscribers. Basically, it's a 3-part series, and we are grading the entire list. We're going player by player, the whole list, and yeah, it's 3 parts, and we're covering everyone and going really in depth. This is a much bigger undertaking than the mid-season review, simply because we've got much more to speak about.
All right, mate. Well, I'll see you on Friday. I'll be in good form, having had the previous day off for a public holiday.
I don't even want to know what that looks like. And yet I do.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit scared.
Well, I don't need any voice the following day, so we should be fine.
Oh, my God. Not going to be short on support at Punt Road Oval by the sounds of it, that's for sure, between you and I. Something to look forward to. Hopefully Hawthorn having their first win. Before, can we say, are we outlawing the big dance? Can I say the big dance?
No, you can say the big dance.
Okay. Before the big dance! Nailed it. Perfectly natural ending to the podcast. What a week it's going to be. We'll catch you soon. Make sure you check out patreon.com/HawkTalkPod for our bonus episodes. And if you're not doing that, well, we'll be back when we're back. No shortage of things to talk about with free agency and the trade period coming up. We are a happy team at Hawthorn.